finding extremely fast growing remote sales jobs. That's what I'm going to talk about in this video. Let's not waste time. Let's jump into it. If you do this well, you should quickly be able to get access to tens, if not hundreds of businesses that are growing extremely fast and are overall just great companies to work with. Now, for myself personally, I was able to use the method I'm about to talk about to land a role with a solopreneur that had a ton of inbound leads. He was just running his own ship, doing the sales calls, doing the coaching. And all he was doing was running his YouTube channel, running a YouTube VSL, and calls were getting booked directly into his calendar from the VSL. He wasn't hiring for a salesperson. He wasn't hiring for a closer. So there was no job posts. There was nothing. He was just doing his thing. And I was able to come in, find him, partner with him, and start closing his deals. And actually was getting a 20% commission on deals. We were closing at like 40 to 50%, sometimes 60% on our good weeks. And it was an awesome role because, you know, him being a solopreneur, there was no daily team meeting. It was just a WhatsApp chat where we were keeping in contact, tracking sheet where I was filling out the numbers, and me being able to set whatever availability I had. And I was able to obviously work on my business and work on tons of other things while I was just taking the calls that got sent directly to my calendar. It was an awesome gig. And if you're looking for roles like that, this opportunity or this strategy I'm about to talk about is a really, really good way to do it. And I'll jump right into it. You know, that strategy that I used was talking to the people that service the people you want to work with, right? So what do I mean by that? I mean, you want to find the people that help the businesses or the niche that you want to work in, that help those types of people when it comes to acquisition. Now, you can find the people that help them when it comes to all sorts of things, organization, you know, finances, all that stuff. But I found one of the best people to work with is the people that help the companies when it comes to acquisition. Let me give you an example. If I want to get into fitness as a sales rep, I love fitness. I know I can close those deals really, really well. I know I'd crush it in that niche. What I'm going to do, instead of finding all the fitness businesses and reaching out to them one by one or applying to all the fitness jobs, I'm going to do that for sure. I'm going to apply to the jobs that are actively being posted. But one thing I can do to get access to a ton of, like we're talking about in the title of this video, fast growing companies that are, you know, picking up a lot of momentum, they're doing well, and not a lot of people know about them, is find people that help fitness trainers scale. Find people that help fitness trainers bring in more leads, book more calls, close at a higher percentage. I'm going to find those people and I'm going to contact them, because building a connection with that one person will open me up to their entire client base, right? So I can either reach out to fitness businesses one by one and try to build a relationship with each of them. You know, that's going to take a lot of time. Or I can build a strong connection with one or two or maybe even three people that service 100 people or 50 people or 10 people that I want to work with. And a referral from that person that's servicing those tens of people will be super, super powerful when it comes to landing great roles. And the reason why I say that these are fast growing companies, because if you find the service provider that services the people when it comes to acquisition, if they're any good at their job, what does that mean? That means they should have a bunch of clients that are absolutely crushing it in that niche. If I find a coach that helps fitness businesses scale, that person, that coach, that consultant should know a bunch of fast growing, scaling fitness businesses, right? And if you reach out to them, usually what's going to happen is they're going to be like, hey, I was just talking, you know, thanks for reaching out. I was just talking to a couple of my clients and we've been really ramping things up for them, and they're going to need to bring on a sales guy soon. So before they've even you know, considered putting out a job post, you're already there. You're already in their network. You're already ready to go, and they can make that referral. Now, obviously, the main thing you're going to want to do is prove to that service provider that you can sell. Once you do that, though, they will always make the referral. And then you might be asking, why would they refer me to their clients? It's because it's in their best interest, right? Because if their job is to help their clients grow their businesses, if their job is to help their clients scale, if they're convinced that you are a good salesperson and they're convinced that you can help the furthering of their client's success, they're only going to get more brownie points from the client by not only helping them, let's say helping them with the marketing, helping them with whatever, but also now referring an awesome salesperson to come in and close more deals. They're going to get more brownie points. And that client is going to be like, wow, I'm really getting a bang for my buck with this service provider, this coach I paid to help me with my marketing. He's also referring me to he helped me scale my marketing, and he's referring an awesome salesperson that's going to help us scale even more. I'm super happy with this client. I'm going to stick, or I'm happy with the service provider. I'm going to stick with them, or I'm going to pay them more. I'm going to upgrade to their mastermind, whatever it is. And that service provider is super happy because now he got more brownie points from his clients, and he has happier clients that are scaling faster, clients that are being more successful without actually having to provide any kind of like recruiting service or doing anything extra or costing him anything extra to go out and find and help them vet a salesperson, all that stuff. So it's in their best interest to provide or to refer you if you can prove you are skilled. And if you do, and if you get on that offer and you actually do well and you start crushing it, it's in their best interest to refer you. They're not losing anything. It's not a huge negative unless you obviously go in there and bomb the offer. So that's the thing you want to make sure that you do, is you go in there and you perform well. So that was a strategy I used. It was really awesome. How I landed the role was I said the guy, he had a YouTube channel, and he just was booking calls through his YouTube VSL. So he ran ads to a YouTube or to a VSL landing page, which obviously booked calls at the end. And he had a YouTube channel, which, he was obviously getting organic traffic to that landing page as well. The person running his YouTube funnel was the guy that referred me to him, right? So the reason why there was no job post or nothing is because the guy was fine. He just had a working funnel. And it was less of a, I really need to plug someone into scale. And it was more of a, why not? If you can close the same, if not more, why not free up some of my time? So, I had a connection with, reached out to the guy who was running a YouTube agency. And I pretty much asked him, this is when I was getting to start my sales agency. And I wanted to, start off closing deals on different offers myself, and then, start to hire and build my sales agency. So I told him, I said, hey, I know you run YouTube ads for coaches. I know you primarily focus on VSL funnels. And obviously, if he's any good at his job, his client should be booking a ton of calls, right? If he sucks, then he won't have any. But if he's good at his job, if he's running the agency, if he's successful, his clients should be booking a ton of calls into their calendars. So I asked him, I said, hey, do you have any clients that are booking a ton of calls that would want someone to come in and just close those calls for them? And he said, yeah, I've got someone who we were talking about it recently. And he might be down to do it. So that's what happened. He introduced me to that person. We met a few times, did a couple mock calls, and boom, there we go. It was me and him, and we started closing deals. So it's a really good strategy to utilize that I know not many people are utilizing. I know a lot of people talk about networking your way into sales jobs, but if you can target these types of businesses, these types of people, you've picked your niche, you've picked the thing you want to work in, you'll get access to a ton of jobs in that niche, and it will be very, very effective, either doing it by itself or coupling it alongside with the other ways that you're doing to reach out to the businesses directly or apply to the jobs that you see. Give it a try. It will be good. Awesome. So that is going to help you land great opportunities with fast growing companies that not many people have heard of yet. There's not much competition there, but if you really want to learn more about interviews, passing interviews, landing interviews, you can check out videos somewhere on the screen here. I've got tons of them, and there's going to be tons more coming. So check those out. Subscribe to the page if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.